Alright, here we go. Hello everybody watching this video, my name is Rory, and today we're playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. This is also a great game that I love. We're just gonna get right into it. See my mouse, how wacky it is.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Sure is.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
So simple.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Nice.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
I see.
As though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
That's nice.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Oh no.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Oh my god.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
It's crazy. Yes, let's go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, let's go to the meeting room, eh? I hate Mondays. True enough.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't think so. I'm gonna go right. I like right more than
This
left.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Dad.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room.
Be my
A room
Valentine.
so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yeah.
Really worth it.
I think so. You know, $1.25 for each drink. Pretty solid.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Well, okay.
It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Solid, yeah. Solid chance that's true. The whole it is pretty scary.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue.
Yeah.
But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I don't know about that one. That sounds pretty far-fetched. Well, whatever, let's go.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
You're giving me some sass, so I don't think so. Let's not do that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, whatever.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Oh, really?
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley.
Who's her?
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Ooh. Alright.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
No.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Sure did.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
What do you mean? It was
You
right
actually
there.
chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
That's a
Not
lie.
picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see...
Huh? What?
No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
What?
How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
I am.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Okay.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it for
Excellent.
Oh, never mind.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
Yeah.
Do you make more than 8? Less?
Yes.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
Yeah.
At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Sounds good.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
Yeah.
But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Sure, let's go. Oh boy, I'm so excited. What choice do you think it's going to be?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
That makes
Imagine
sense.
the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
Yeah.
We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I see. Oh, should you not? If you're lying right now, stop. It's good life advice. this wonderful
Almost
room.
there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I guess so.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Sorry, I got my lefts and rights mixed up.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work.
Whoa,
Why?
hey.
For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
I don't know.
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Wow! I guess you shut it down. Oh, we're back. Aliens?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here.
Hi.
Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You.
Oh.
Who thought you were so clever.
Me?
Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
Kind of.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it?
Nope.
That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
True.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect.
Sounds
I
cool.
worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Oh.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that?
Oh.
Quickly, hurry back.
Got my left and rights mixed up again, man. I can't
Behave
help it.
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'll do it this time. Here we go. On to the normal story.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let's see. Yeah, yep. And yep. Does it work? Next slide. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So true. Yeah, we're all unique. All the same base model. And yep. Charts and slides and slides. And charts and charts and slides. So nice. Closet. We'll do to that later.
Come Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Of course. There's another way to go. Okay. Let's see if I can do a little sneak here.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown.
Do it.
He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. Huh? Oh. Well.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
I don't
He
think
spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I see it. I don't think Stanley can speak though. Poor Panda having a gun to its head.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
No.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I can't do it. Stanley can't talk. It's a very distinct character
Okay,
flaw.
fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Oh, here
When
we are.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Stanley. You okay, Stanley?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
That's the end.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
Is that the sad
Is
ending?
everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
And that's that. Let's do it again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, surely. Huh.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure, why not?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I see.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, I don't think so. There's a lot of stuff in here I had to look at. Thought I wish I could jump.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Hey, it's
no
not
reason
empty.
to still be here.
What's this in here? There's all this stuff in here. This isn't empty. Devoid of life, sure, but...
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yeah.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yes.
Why? Please offer me some
I don't know.
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I think it's pretty significant. Like, come on. Look at all this stuff in here.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Kind of.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Yeah.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Yeah,
He probably only
he
got
was.
the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Ooh. Hey, we're learning lore here, so this is super important.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now.
Huh?
You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Oh, wait.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
It's not
They
gonna
have
work.
fallen prey to any
I'm
number
wearing
of your
headphones.
countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
I see.
All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you
Aye.
on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's
yes.
a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay. We'll be done with the broom closet then. Bye, broom closet. I love you.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
She's in the bathroom. Oh. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast. Money crisp. Money crisp. It's a very nice fucking bathroom. I like it. Ooh, no, that's from him. Alright, I'll try it anyways. It's the same thing I tried before.
Stepping into his manager's office,
I didn't get
Stanley
it.
was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk
Jesus
guarded
Christ.
the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Oh, actually, I almost
But
got
of
it.
course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ooh. Here we go.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Stop it. I don't know. It's also drawn on, so it's, you know, it's pretty compelling. I want to go this way. I don't know.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Such for Stanley.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
So you should do. Every horror game, the monsters there just sprint at it. Wee! Wee! Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Oh, well.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Oh.
And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Well, bye, narrator, I guess. It's been fun. Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
Second
as Stanley
narrator?
was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I see.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
It's a nice little museum area. Drawing all the different things. Warzone. Kind of wish that was a real thing. Nice art. Too much room elevator. Oh. Yeah. The freedom engine.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Yeah.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not.
Not really.
Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
I haven't gone deep enough into it.
But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Nah.
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I think that turned out fine. Yeah, Yeah, here we go. Alright, might have time for one more.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, we'll get to that probably next time. I can attack the new content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Nope.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope. Just trying to do it.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Just trying to
He
do it.
considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that.
Yeah.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
True.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
So true.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh my god!
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Oh.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yeah.
Were they simply repeating?
Yeah.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Ah,
he yelled.
I'm
This is all a
dreaming."
dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an
Yeah.
explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Sure.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
Yeah.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
Yeah.
How could it be?
How could it be?
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too, surely, if he could just... He would prove it.
Yeah.
He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream.
Yeah.
I wish
through.
it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
All right.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
I see.
She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
I see. Makes sense to me. Alright. Well, I'm going to end this episode here. This has been the Stanley Parable Deluxe Edition. This would be... I'll probably do a couple more episodes on this, doing my favorite endings and stuff. But yeah, that'll be it for this. If you have any other video games you'd like to see on this channel, or videos in general, you just leave them in the comments. And, yeah, that's gonna be it. Have a nice day.